呪術廻戦
Okay, let's read chapter 82 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Yoi Matsuri-san, part 3 of Yoi Matsuri. Again, Yoi Matsuri is like a small festival the night before a big festival type of thing. This has been a fight between the transformed Mechamaru in his ultimate mecha suit versus Mahito. And the end of the previous chapter resulted in Mahito doing his domain transformation and pulling Mechamaru in. So there we go. Hi, Oshimai. And indeed, it's the finish. We're done. The end. Okay. And we get a Mui Tenpen, which we've seen as what was this? Mui. Why is Mui? There we go. Idleness. The idleness, like mutation. Idleness mutation. Okay. Gasha. Ka-chunk. Okay, so normally, I guess, Mahito would have to touch someone for this, but now that he's in, like, this realm. Yeah, here we go. Chokosetsu sawarenaku tatte. Directly touching, directly, even though didn't touch just now. Ryoiki ni iere chaeba kankei nai. Into the domain when enter, relationship doesn't exist, or it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if you've entered into the domain, me not directly touching you. それはお前もわかってただろう? As for that, meaning this fact, as for that, you also understanding, right? Like you knew that, right? Halloween made zato toka. Until Halloween, zato. It's just 10 days. Yeah, roughly in round numbers. Only about 10 more days until Halloween. 俺が実力をケチって領域まで使わないと思ったか? Okay, so me being stingy, being catchy, being stingy with cursed energy, and even the domain not using thought. So, like, what did you think? That I wouldn't use my domain, even my domain, because I'd be stingy with my cursed energy? If I had to guess, we saw this in book 0. They staged, actually it was Geto at the time, it wasn't this guy, but Geto staged a big attack in volume 0 on Halloween. So they may be planning something similar. And so this idea of maybe like, did you think I would conserve my energy? Halloween's in 10 days. 10日も休めば全開するよ. Even 10 days, if rest, full recovery will do. Zenkai. Yeah, complete recovery. Complete recovery of health. Hey, have a good one, Rebecca. 作戦に夢と希望を詰め込むなよ. Okay, so 詰め込む is to pile up. Yeah, don't cram, don't pile up hopes and dreams in strategy. In strategy or into tactics, hopes and dreams, don't pile them up. You know? 気の毒すぎて表情に困るんだよね. It's too pitiful. It's so pathetic that Hyojo, the facial expression is difficult. Is this an expression? No, it would be the other way anyway. Okay, so something about it. Kinodoku is like pitiful, deplorable, shameful. It's so that, meaning like you, I guess. It's so pitiful that it's like troublesome to the facial expression. Oh, okay. So I guess Mekamoto here is getting up. And he's got his stabby finger here. And dose. Huh? Is it the middle finger too? That's perfect. Gave him the middle finger in his own domain. Yeah. Giving him the middle finger. Okay. これには呪術が封じられている. Okay. As for in this thing, that technique being sealed in this thing, 俺では, as for with me, このやり方でしか術を成立させられなかった. Okay, as for with me, with that way of doing only, the technique 成立, establishment, coming into existence, completion, able to be done. So he's saying the way of doing this technique was only able to be brought into existence, I guess, by sealing that technique in this thing. Okay? All right, so now we're getting a flashback. This is the previous chapter. Stoku wa 4 hon. As for the stock, meaning the number of things, 4 tubes. So he was talking about his ammo here. 1本目は失敗. As for the first tube, or bullet, or whatever you want to call these things, the hon here is like a cylindrical tube, so that's the counter. The first tube failed. Nihon me wa, as for the second tube, Yatsu no ryoiki kara soujutsu seki o mamoru tame ni. As for the second tube, from that guy's domain, so from Mahito's domain, the manipulation chair for the purposes of protecting. So the second tube, that's him slamming it there, I guess, was for the purposes of protecting the control chair, the manipulation chair, from that guy's domain. そして今3本目. And now the third tube. Oh, okay. Let me zoom out so you can see what this looks like. So this is kind of what the page looks like. And we're going to get a description here spread throughout this image. The third tube, それは, as for that thing, Heian Jidai, a peaceful era. No, that's just Heian era. The Heian era was, it does mean peace or tranquility, but the Heian era was about 800 to 1200. As for that, in the Heian era, Ashiya Sadatsuna, by that person, yotte, yeah, or due to that person, hoan sareta. Koan is plan, device, idea, or invention. That idea or invention was done due to Ashiya Saratsuna in the Heian era. Okay? Jujutsu Zensei no Jidai. Sorcery's fully becoming era. Height of prosperity. Oh, that's not Naru, that's Sakaru. Okay. So anyway, yeah, the era of sorcery's like height of prosperity. Kyoaku kosha na jusoshi ya jurei kara. Kyoaku kosha. Atrocious, fiendish kosha. Clever person. So a fiendishly clever sorcerer and from spirits. No. This is from cursed spirits and from fiendishly clever cursed users. Monte o mamoru tame ni amida sareta waza. A technique, a skill that was woven together for the purposes of protecting Monte, which is like gate pupil. Yeah, disciples, pupils, followers. Okay. And Amidasu is going to be to weave together, to work out. Yeah, okay. A technique that was worked out, thought out for the purpose of protecting followers from cursed spirits and cursed users of fiendish cleverness. Ichimon Soden. Ichimon Soden. Okay, that is not a Yojijukugo. Ichimon is family, clan, or sect, school, adherents, followers, disciples. Soden is going to be like transmission. Inheritance, yeah. So like inheritance, and this could either be through the family or it could be through the followers or disciples. その技術を恋に門外へ伝えることは As for the event of transmitting to the mongai. So if monte is like followers at the gate, then outside the gate is going to be like the non-followers. I'm guessing. Yeah, outsider, layman, outside a gate, literally. So as for the event of transmitting outside the gate to non-believers, to laymen, koini, on purpose, that technique, doing that, as for the event of passing on purpose that technique to outsiders, shibarite, with a binding, kinjirareteru, is forbidden. It's forbidden with like a binding. Shibarite. Yeah. I think this is probably in reference to the shibari that we've seen previously about like an actual like vow that has like consequences. Okay. So there we go. それは As for that thing, meaning that technique, which we've been talking about this whole time, as for that thing, 領域から身を守るための弱者の領域. As for that thing, from a domain, for the purposes of protecting oneself, a weak person's domain. As for that thing, it's a weak person's domain for the purpose of protecting oneself from a domain. Okay? Shin Kageryu. Shin Kageryu. Shin here means like new. Kage means shadow. And Ryu means flow, but typically with martial arts and things like that, it means like style or technique, but more about like the family of martial arts or the particular style. So something about like new shadow style. Kani ryoiki, and kani means simple. So simple domain. He's still giving the middle finger. Subete mite kita. Everything come to see. Like I've seen everything. And we're flashing back here with, what's her name? She's like got her sword. Oh. Oh, okay. Ga or ka. Not looking good for Mahito there. Shoo. All right, what's happening here? So he's like exploding. This is the domain that he was sucked into that's like lifting. Oh. Oh. And I guess that's the mech roaring. All right. Kani ryoiki. Simple domain. Okay, so Geto has been watching this. He recognizes it. Ryoiki wa arayuru jutsu shiki o chuwa suru. Okay, so domain. As for a domain, all techniques does chuwa, which is going to be like makes peaceful. Yeah, neutralizes. As for domain, does neutralization of all and every technique. Okay, and we're getting another flashback. Baka. 領域内では、五条悟にですら攻撃は当たる。As for inside a domain, I guess like even that Gojo Satoru, as for attacks, able to land. Oh, as for two, ni desura. As for two, that Gojo, as for attacks, able to land. So basically, like techniques can even hit Gojo Satoru inside a ryoiki, inside a domain. Kani towai. As for the thing called simple, or if say the thing called simple, 内側から領域を発生されられたら、真人でも術式関係なくダメージを負う。Okay, all here is to bear. Yeah, to carry on one's back, to take responsibility for, to be injured. Okay, so as for the thing that's called simple, or if you say the thing called simple, from the inside, an outbreak able to be done of a domain, even Mahito technique relationship not existing and damage will bear and will take damage. Okay, this is when, if or when a domain is activated or outbreak from inside a domain or from the inside. Even Mahito, without relationship to the techniques, will take damage. Okay. Takami no kenbutsu mo koko made de na. Geto. Takami no kenbutsu mo. Okay, kenbutsu is like observation. So he's talking to Geto here.
Hello there.
He's saying, hello there, Geto. Yeah, sightseeing, watching from on high. It's up until this point, isn't it, Geto? Like it's up until this point and no further. Urashi golsanda. It's a happy miscalculation. Kani ryoiki ippon. Kani ryoiki ippon. So simple domain, one tube. Juryoku kunen bun o nokoshite geto to yareru. Okay. So with one simple domain and 9 years of cursed energy remaining, with Geto, able to fight. Yareru. The kanji is to do battle, and yareru, able to fight. Okay, so he's still got enough life left in his mecha suit that he's got one tube left. He's like, I'm able to fight with Geto. Tateru minna ni, like gonna win, and with everyone, aeru, able to meet. He keeps saying this. I'm gonna win and be able to meet up with everyone. Ute, shoot, fire, mekamaru. Okay, and of course, it wasn't over. So a big fist is coming through the head, shattering everything here. And of course, it's Mahito. Okay. What a face. Let's zoom in a little bit for the art here. Pretty dramatic. Taking out everything, so not looking good. He was in the head of the mecha suit, so presumably it's all gone. Okay, what's happening here? Zama, Zama, Zama. This is him crawling in through the hole, I guess, that he just smashed. Shitome sokonatta. Shitome. Okay, to bring down a bird, killing. Sokonatta. To fail in doing. Okay. Like failed to bring him down. Okay, well here's that, I guess, fourth tube. Daga, however, mada ryoki wa ippon nokotteru. Shika ni, however, still, as for the domain, one tube remaining. Oh, jika ni, like directly? Yeah, directly, headlong. Buchikomu, I guess will strike suddenly. Yeah, drive it in. Drive it in directly. Shako. Okay, so there he is on like his chair. There's Mahito. He's going to try to stab him directly. Uh-oh. All right, hands. There's him. And of course, we're switching scenes. So, cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. Ne Mekamaru. Right, Mekamaru? Kondo omimae itte ii? This time or next time, visiting, going, is that okay? Is that good? Like, can I come and visit? Omimae usually refers to seeing someone in a hospital, like a medical visit. Yeah, calling on someone who is ill or injured, usually. So going to do omimae, is that okay? Like next time or this time? Okay, we're getting like a flashback of him talking with, what's her name here? That doesn't bode well for him, right? Koryukai. Oh, that's the school mixing event. Koryukai. 野球した後からみんなとの距離がぐっと縮まった気がするの. Okay, so from the school mixing event, after having done baseball with everyone, the distance ぐっと firmly, suddenly at once shrunk, it feels like, or have a hunch. So yeah, it feels like the distance between everyone like really shrank suddenly after we played baseball at the school mixing event. Jujutsu shiって職業柄なのかな? Talking about sorcerers, 職業柄, like a work shell? Due to the nature of one's job, is it that, I wonder? You know, それまでは, as for up until that point, お互い仲良しでもどこか一線を引いてた. As for up until then, to each other, even being friendly or even being friends with each other, somewhere a line is pulled. Okay, what? 一線を引いて. Pulling a line, drawing a line. Something about drawing a line with being friends with everyone up until this point. The English went with, even if we're friendly with each other, there's always been distance between us. So that's like, maybe like there's always been a line about being friends with each other. Somewhere there's a line. Maybe. 仲良くなりすぎると, if become too friendly, if become too much friends. いなくなった時辛いもんね. The time of like becoming not existing would be painful, a painful thing, wouldn't it? So I guess like if we got too close, I guess like if we lost someone, when we lost someone, it would be painful or bitter. でも私は, but as for me, 今のみんなとの関係が好き. Now with everyone, relationship liking. I like the relationship I have with everyone right now, I guess. Or the connection. ほら, see or check it out. メカマルは野球参加できなかったでしょ? As for Mekamaru, baseball participation weren't able to do, right? ピッチングマシンが 代理だったんだよ. Pitching machine. Oh, stand-in, deity. Yeah, a proxy. You were a stand-in for a pitching machine. 私はメカ丸とももっと仲良くなりたい. As for me, even with Mekamaru, all the more want to become better friends. Want to become friends all the more. だから, and so that's why, いつか会いに行くからね. Someday, we'll go and meet, and that's why. Yeah, and there's the shell of Mekamaru with blood, presumably oozing down from it. And there's Mahito. Okay. Skosh abanakattan janai. That's presumably Geto saying, that was a little bit dangerous. That was a little bit dangerous, wasn't it? And Mahito's response. Jutsu ga hatsudou suru taimingu ni awasete mizu kara hajiketa. To flip or to repel. That's what we probably want, repel. Or to use. Okay, so doing activation of the technique, matching the timing of doing the activation of the technique, oneself repelling oneself. Atowa, and as for afterwards, ryoki o tokeba, when deactivating or when dissolving the domain, shinda to omou daro, was thinking am dead, right? Or was probably thinking I'm dead. Subete keisan abunai koto nante nai sa. Everything was calculated, not a dangerous event or whatever. It wasn't. So there was nothing dangerous about it. It was all calculated. It was all keisan. Yeah. It was all calculated, forecast. Okay. Are mo kani ryoiki ka? And that thing also was the simple domain. That thing also was the simple domain. Honban mai ni ii mon miretan janai? Okay, honban mai, like honban is gonna be like the real event, or the real turn. Yeah, the performance. So before the performance, a good thing to be able to see, isn't it? So again, probably an illusion, probably alluding to Halloween and the 10 days and all that. Before the performance, a good thing to be able to see, wasn't it? Yep. Shokotake shiki no tobari no chousei mo oeta. Right, the Shokotaku Shiki. The commission ceremonies curtain. The commission or the part-time employee. The commission ceremonies curtains chousei. Regulation modification also finished. So like we also finished the adjustment, the tuning, the modification of the curtain of the commission ceremony or the commission style. Clearly they're alluding to something coming up. Juryoku ya koto 言霊ごと他者に託して問題ない。Cursed energy and cursed and word, wait, kotodama, that's the like spirit behind words or whatever, right? Yeah, the soul or the power of language. So those things into other people, takusuru, entrusting. Problem does not exist. Okay. Problem does not exist for entrusting into other people the soul power of language and cursed energy, cursed strength. Okay. And there we go. So, 2018年, 2018 year, 10月31日, October 31st. Shibuya. It's been alluded to for some time now. There we go. I think that's going to be the end of the chapter. It is. Okay, there we go. That's the end of the chapter. Here is something on whatever all this is. Some explanations about some of the words that came up in the, this is the connecting world. This is that new shadow and things like that. Some description, I guess, about what they all mean. Okay. Anyway, that is the end of 81 or 82. Sorry. I do that every time. And we're done with that series. So now we're moving on to a new series. I looked at the table of contents for whatever reason. Instead of doing the old school numerals, we're now switching to Arabic numerals and zirgles. Anyway, we'll see what that's about. It's a new series. I'm sure there'll be tons of dialogue. We'll see what that's going to be about next time.